So for some crazy reason, people are always asking, can I put sand with my bearded dragon? Um, I'd strongly advise against it. You're a veterinarian. If you take your pet dragon to a vet, they'd probably advise against it. And when you think about it, as adults at least, a large part of your beardy diet is veggies. And when you look at the Sahara Desert or the Gobi Desert and there's all that sand, do you see any veggies? No. Because those bearded dragons don't live in sandy deserts. In fact, if you do your research, these guys actually avoid sandy places. They live more in what we might call here in America chaparral places with shrubs and rocks and things of that nature. And sand is very detrimental to your bearded dragon, no matter what their age. If they ingest too much, it gets caught up in their digestive systems, and they get impaction. And that leads to a dead bearded dragon. So, can you put sand in your tank? Yeah, you know what? Pet stores love it when you put sand in your tank. You know why? Because then you get a dead bearded dragon, and you get to go and buy another bearded dragon from them, and they make more money. Now, your bearded dragon doesn't like sand necessarily. I mean, they like to dig. They are diggers. But sand, get soil. And I've mentioned this on my other videos. Crushed walnut shells. Or put a little sand box in your bearded dragon cage. But don't put a whole cage of sand. You can do it. But most people who really care about their dragons would tell you to avoid it. These guys, yeah, they come from a desert-like climate, but there's a lot of shrubs and greenery and bearded dragons in nature, in the wild. They avoid a lot of sand. So, yeah, and I've raised this guy since he was smaller than my little finger. And sometimes I'll put a sandbox in there so he can dig. He's kind of in brumation mode, so he's kind of sleepy. But I thought I'd bring him out because people keep asking, can I put sand with my bearded dragon? Yeah, you can, but I wouldn't, and I don't. That's me, and most people who keep bearded dragons will tell you, no, that includes Kelsa sand. Don't put any sand with these guys. That's not in their natural habitat. Put rocks and things for them to climb on. These guys are semi-arboreal. Do you find a lot of trees in the Sahara Desert? No. Are these guys from the Sahara Desert? No. Are they from deserts like we have even in California where there's giant sand dunes? No. They're from chaparral places. They eat greens. Think about that. In those sandy deserts, there are no greens. So there's no bearded dragons. So, yeah, this is my update. Don't put sand with your bearded dragon. It can be very detrimental to their health. And there goes my bearded dragon. He's probably going to walk back to his cage. Let's watch him walk back to his cage. Oh, don't take his shit. He needs to take his shit, but don't take his shit. I wish I had cement. Let's put it. There we go. Now you can take your shit. Take a shit, dragon. Oh, come on. But yeah. That's my little video. Please don't put sand with your bearded dragon. Regardless of its age. If it's a big, fat, ugly dragon like this one, or it's a little tiny baby dragon, please don't put sand with him. Or her. It's bad. Bad.